it's loy machshavoisai. You're already separate from God. Machshavei seichem is loy machshavoisai. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. If you think about your own things, you're already separate from God. And that's what it says in the pasuk. It says in Krishma, v'sartam avatem elim acherim. So the simple understanding is, it means v'sartam, you shall stray. If you stray, you shall stray. Go off the path of and worship false gods, other gods. So, but Baal Shem Tov is understanding it. V'sartam, once you stray, once you go away from God, even a little bit. Once you go away from God, even a little bit, it's already v'avatem elim acherim. Once you go away from God, even a little bit, it's already v'avatem elim acherim. You're already you're already serving God. So once again, I mean, what's going on here? I mean, on the one hand, here he says that once you once you're not thinking about God even for a little while, it's already avodah zarah. But on the other hand, he says that if you do affairs, you shouldn't feel so guilty about it, and you shouldn't feel so discouraged about it. I mean, what's going on? I mean, he goes high and he goes low. He goes high and he goes low. Now, he goes high and he goes low. I mean, I think that the two things are intertwined. I mean, the two things are intertwined because I think we see here among the Chassidim, we see here a development of an acute psychological sensitivity. I mean, basically the Baal Shem Tov, Chassidim, there's a tremendous idealism. And they're demanding, they want that people should seek the spiritual heights. And even if a person does everything right from the external point of view, they want more. They want a testing. Is it really sincere? Do you really mean for God, or do you just mean for yourself? Are you really seeking to cleave unto God, etc.? They want tremendous spiritual heights. But I think the thing is worked out because they understand that anyone who seeks such great heights is bound to experience a lot of discouragement. I think they understand that one who seeks such great heights is bound to experience a lot of discouragement, a great deal of discouragement. I think that a lot of the stress that we have here on Simcha is because these people are not unacquainted with despair. These people are not unacquainted with despair. I mean, it's kind of clear in the shtickle I read before, where at least it's attributed to Baal Shem Tov, where he says that if you're going to be ba'atzvis, and you're going to get all discouraged and depressed, then you're going to get distracted. You're going to get distracted from the avodah. You're going to get distracted from the divine service. So that, interestingly, the way it works is that an ideal is set up, which is very high. Once that ideal is set up, which is very high, then it's a very hard road. In the first place, it's a very hard road. I mean, always higher. Not enough to follow all the rules and just get it right. And in that certain basic sense, the Misnagdim are makel. That's what the Nefesh HaChaim says. Dveikis and things like that. That's only a mila. That's not likuva. That's only a mila. That means if someone, that's only extra credit. Cleaving unto God and to do things l'shma with completely the right motivation, not to mean yourself at all, and to do it all only for the sake of God. That's extra credit. If someone studies and davens and does everything that he's supposed to do, it's forbidden to humiliate him or to look down on him just because he doesn't go to these very high levels and he isn't cleaving up to God all the time. It's forbidden. So in a certain sense, the Misnagdim are makel. The Misnagdim are lenient. They refuse to consider it mandatory that someone who wishes to engage. They refuse to consider it more or less mandatory that someone who really wants to be a yid, someone who really wants to engage in divine service, and that he must seek tremendous spiritual heights and cleanse his inner being to this tremendous extent. In that sense, the Chassidim are machmer. Is it pure? They always want to know. Is it pure? Is it being l'shma? Is it meant for the sake of heaven? Is it dveikis? Is one actually cleaving unto God? On the other hand, there's the way that it goes in the opposite direction. That the Baal Shem Tov and the Chassidim, they're willing to say, okay, you sinned, okay. That they're not. They pull away from saying that once one has sinned, it's the end of the world, and one should tear one's heart out, and that sort of thing. So that the things are intertwined. I think that the things are intertwined. Once we set up in the first place a system where there's such demanding spiritual idealism, there's an understanding that there's bound to be a great deal of discouragement involved. Coming back off of that, there's the message never to be discouraged. Don't make a huge big deal out of the sin. Don't make a huge big deal out of the sin. Just continue. But I want to draw it out to make another point. The Gemara says that many people do like Reb Yoinoson, which means that Reb Yoinoson wanted only to learn Torah and not have any connection to Gashmis, not have any connection to material things. So the Gemara says many tried to do like Reb Yoinoson, but they didn't succeed. They wanted to go only with Torah and not to basic and Parnasa, not to try to make a living. They didn't succeed. The intent is that they wanted to engage in self-mortification, asceticism, in order that they should come to the madrega, to the spiritual level of Shem. And for that reason, it didn't